things that I ask of you folks. First, let's make sure to stay seated at all times, even our little ones, even little ones on our laps, and even while the truck is stopped, we all need to remain fully seated. Also, please keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle. And finally, please do not call out to or whistle at any of the animals. There are going to be guests in their home today, and we do want to be respectful of them. If you'd like to take any pictures or videos out here on the reserve, you are more than welcome to do so. I do recommend hanging on tightly to those cameras, cell phones, all of your belongings, because the roads out here on the reserve are pretty rough and bumpy, and we don't want to lose anything. Now, we are starting off today's journey in the Little Tree Forest. The trees and the brush here in the forest provide a great place for animals to hide. So let's make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Over to our right side, I do see a dark brown animal with some striped legs, hiding way back behind one of those trees, and that is the okapi. Those black and white striped legs of the okapi make it look pretty similar to a zebra. However, the okapi is not related to the zebra. It's actually the closest living relative of the giraffe. Also on our right side, this black and white bird is a saddle-billed stork. It gets its name from the yellow patch on its bill that does resemble the shape of a saddle. The saddle-billed stork can grow to be 5 feet tall and have a wingspan as wide as 9 feet, which is the width of the canopy above our heads.
Oh, up there.
Up on top of the hill to our right is a copper-colored antelope. That's a bongo up there. And over to our left side, way along that back rock wall, is a black rhino. Black rhinos are solitary and reclusive animals. They usually only ever be found living alone. But I actually do see another one even closer to us here on our left, laying down. Black rhinos can weigh as much as 3,000 pounds. They have no natural predators. The only threat to the rhino is from humans, because rhinos are all too often poached for their horns. There's even more of those copper bongos up on top of that hill there to our right side, as well as some lighter tan-colored antelopes to our right, and those are greater kudu. The tan color of these greater kudu definitely helps them to blend in with their surroundings.
Look over here.
And both the greater kudu and the bongos hiding up there have those thin white stripes in their fur that help to break up their silhouettes, allowing both types of antelope there to better hide in the forest. Those copper bongos are so good at hiding, in fact, they're often referred to as the ghosts of the forest. We are going to make our way a little bit deeper onto the reserve now, out of the forest and towards the Safi River. The Safi River can be a good place to find some animals that like to spend their time in the water. So let's take a look. Looks like there's a couple of hippos over there to our right, way in that back right corner, down in the water. Make sure we're staying seated, please. Hippos love to be in the water. So much so, they can stay completely submerged for as long as 8 minutes without coming up for air. Hippos will spend the majority of their day in the water and will usually only come up on land at night to graze for food. And there's even more hippos on our left side here.
Yeah, look at the hippos.
Baby hippos are born at about 85 pounds. And fully grown hippos can weigh as much as 5,500 pounds, which makes hippos one of Africa's largest and most dangerous animals. Also on our left side, these large white and gray birds are pink-backed pelicans. Pink-backed pelicans get their name from the pink color that their backs will turn during mating season. And just like the saddle-billed stork, they too can have wingspans as wide as 9 feet. A group of pelicans is called a pod, and a group of hippos is known as a bloat. On our left side here is a group of Nile crocodiles. Looks like they're all a few up on the shore, as well as some down in the water below.
See him, Leo?
We can tell the difference between crocodiles and alligators, because crocodiles, like these, have a fourth
I get to
tooth
do the ropes.
and
Yeah,
incisor
I don't know.
that sticks up out of their mouths.
Probably some special
Crocodiles
back.
are the largest crocodilians that can be found here in Africa, growing 16 to 20 feet long. And Nile crocodiles have the power in their jaws to crush the bones of their prey. But they can also use their powerful jaws in some more gentle ways. Mother crocodiles have been known to take their eggs in their mouths and gently roll them around, which helps their babies to hatch. As we come around the curve here, over to our right side is the Baobab tree, which is also known as the upside down tree, because those branches do look a bit more like roots that should be down in the ground. The Baobab tree can remain leafless for as long as 9 months out of the year. Effort to water. And that Baobab tree marks our entrance into the savanna ecosystem. The savanna is a rich tapestry of wildlife.
Look at those giraffes.
Home to some of Africa's most iconic animals, including giraffes, elephants, and lions. And it looks like we do have a great look at quite a few giraffes out here.
Yeah. Look at the giraffes, Leo. Do you see them?
Looks like there's also a herd of some gray animals coming up to our right side, and these are wildebeests.
Leo, look over here.
Wildebeest is an Afrikaans word that does mean, you guessed it, wild beast. Wildebeests are migrating animals traveling between 500 and 1,000 miles every year, but not in any specific direction. Wildebeests will migrate following the rain,
There's
because
more,
they know that where
more
there is
wildebeest right
there
here.
will be fresh grass for them to eat. And wildebeest will do their migrating in very large herds, sometimes totaling into the millions.
So many giraffes.
Looks like there's a couple more animals coming up ahead of us over here, including some more great up-close views of these giraffes coming up to our right side. Over to our left, laying inside the rocky cave, is a group of African wild dogs. African wild dogs are also called painted dogs because those yellow and black colorations to their fur do resemble a finger painting. Their colorations are actually more like a fingerprint, however, as each spot pattern is completely unique to each individual wild dog. Make sure you're staying fully seated, please, folks. Go ahead and take a seat for me, sir. You must remain seated at all times. Now, it does look like we are paused here for a moment. I think there's an animal crossing the road ahead of us up there. So there are a couple different animals coming up ahead that it could have been. Now, these African wild dogs are related to the domesticated dog, but they are also pretty dangerous. African wild dogs are one of Africa's most successful predators, catching between 80 and 90% of the prey that they hunt. Please take a seat. We do need to remain seated at all times.